Yeah, let me show you how messed up this system is, right? It's a flawed system, man. Hit that like button. That's how you know, yo, these judges, they don't really go by, no rules, man. Like, they're literally allowed to just do what they want. Like, for real. They're literally allowed to do what they want, y'all. Y'all won't believe what I just seen. So let me give y'all a rundown real quick. Wait, I'm waiting till I go to the store first. Man, turned in. Man, turn. Fuck it is, turn. What's up, Carl? Hey, yo. Hey, I'm ready to stop at the store. I gotta run this information past y'all. Cause ain't no other blogs gonna cover this. Cause niggas don't know shit. Yeah, man. They gotta get these blogs a roadmap to information. But let me run in the store real quick. I'm gonna tell y'all what I just found out, and I find it very interesting. It's involving Durk case. Hold up. I just had to grab me some miles. So look, right? It's crazy how these judges can just do what they want. So last week, damn near all the Durk motions got denied. Right? Now, they still haven't ruled on a bill of particulars. But one of the motions was, it was strange, right? It was a strange motion that Drew Finland filed because I ain't never seen a motion like this before. And the motion was the case should be thrown out because the prosecution was legally appointed. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember, for the people that filed it, do y'all remember that being one of Durk motions? The prosecution was legally appointed by Trump. They didn't get voted in. And they were saying that the whole prosecution team need to be removed, and the judge it was a situation like that. The whole prosecution, this case can't be prosecuted because they're not legally bound. You know, they wasn't voted in. Y'all remember that? Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all what just happened. show y'all what just happened.
I was in court as former FBI Director James Comey made another appearance in a criminal case charging him with making a false statement to Congress 5 years ago. Now, the stated purpose of the arguments was on a defense motion asserting that the prosecution against him is vindictive, but the actual headline came near the end of the hearing when the Justice Department, in a fairly remarkable...
Listen to this, y'all.
Senior White House correspondent Weijia Zhang. Weijia, we know that President Trump had a keen interest in these two cases. Has there been any reaction at the White House yet to this announcement?
What's up? What's up?
Right now, we have not heard from the White House or directly from President Trump, who, you're right, certainly expressed how he felt about these two cases in the days leading up to the indictments of both Comey and James. In fact, he posted on Truth Social 20th, just 5 days before Comey was indicted, and it seemed to be...
All right, so look. So the former director, the former Attorney General, James Comey, and Loretta Lynch got indicted. Both of their cases got dismissed today, y'all. And you won't believe the reasoning. At the Durk motion just got denied, and you would not believe the reason this case got dismissed. I'm gonna let y'all listen to it for yourself.
A direct message to Pam, meaning Pam Bondi, who is, of course, the Attorney General of the United States. Story as last time, all time action, nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, Letitia, question mark, question mark, question mark. They're all guilty as hell. And of course, he goes on to explain why he believes they are guilty, all of these people being his people that he considers to be political foes. And in the past, John, he has called for their prosecution too. The reason why this particular post is notable is not only because the timing, but because there were questions later about whether the president meant to make them public or whether they were supposed to be a direct message to the Attorney General, which later to Trump's reaction. But can imagine that it will be one of disappointment and frustration, since he has spent so much time claiming that the only reason that he himself was investigated by these two law enforcement officials was because of a witch hunt. That's according to Trump. John?
All right. Thank you so much, Weijia Zhang at the White House. Criminal defense attorney Caroline Polisi is with us on the phone. Caroline, your reaction to this determination by the judge?
Yeah, hi, John. I wanted to pick up something that Scott mentioned.
This is the same district in California. They denied Durk motion. The judge, your Durk defense team filed the same fucking motion and it got denied. Only for a week later for James Comey and Loretta Lynch case to get fucking for their motion to get granted and their case to get dismissed. Yeah, that's fucking crazy as hell, man. I filed another one. You heard me? If I was a Dick lawyer, I filed another motion.
This is not a complete victory for Comey, to be sure, because it was dismissed without prejudice. They were looking for a dismissal with prejudice. However, this is seriously going to set this prosecution up.
Well, they can still come back and charge, but shit, I'd take that. If I was Durk at this point, I'd take a dismissal with prejudice. You know what I mean? I'd take any kind of dismissal. You hear me? Because they don't always come back.
It's going to really derail the prosecution, and the person bringing this prosecution next, if they do, will not be likely Lindsay Halligan. The sixth finding in Judge Curry's order is that the power to appoint the interim U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia under the statute lies with the district court. Remember, this judge is sitting by designation from South Carolina, because the district in which the case is pending, all of those judges recused themselves, essentially, because that was the overarching issue in this appointment, whether that 120 days could effectively just be re-upped and re-upped by the president and Pam Bondi indefinitely for, essentially skirting the appointments clause. And so while it's not, a complete and total victory, I think this case is not going to go to trial anytime soon, not to mention the myriad of other substantive issues that are in this case that are pending before a different judge in this district regarding, the selective and vindictive prosecutions, issues with the warrants, a ton of ways this cookie could crumble.
Yo.
Right, Caroline, please.
That sounds like the same exact shit Durk going through. So look. Oh, so I gotta get my kids. Hold up, y'all. Look. Judge dismisses Comey indictment after finding the prosecution was illegally appointed. That's the same shit, yo. It's crazy. Durk motion just got denied last week. Just got denied last week. Only for another judge to rule in favor based off the same merits. That's why you tell y'all, these judges do what the fuck they want, man. They do what they want, yo. They don't got no real legal binding. They supposed to. They supposed to be bound by the higher courts and all that shit. They just do what the fuck they want, yo. Cause what did this judge see different? What did this judge see different than the judge in Durk case? And it ain't about the charge. This is one of those situations where it's not about the charge, man. It's not about the violent nature of anything. It's about the case that these prosecutors was legally bounded. They didn't get voted in. Basically the same motion that Durk's lawyer said. Trump appointed these people, and he just kept, I think it's supposed to have been like a preliminary thing, 120 days, and he just kept renewing it, and that's not how that shit's supposed to work. It's not how it's supposed to work. And this judge understood that and threw the case out because of that.
Thank you. I want to go back now to Scott McFarlane. Scott, among any new information you may also have, remind us how, put in context, the idea of a president telling an attorney general who they should and should not charge.
A lot of people were eager to hear the argument and the judge's opinion on this issue of vindictive prosecution. Last week, James Comey was in court, remarkable thing, arguing that this case was a political selective prosecution. That argument really isn't relevant anymore now that the case is dismissed. Not relevant to this case, but John, there are any number of political critics of the president who fear they face the same prospect of a criminal prosecution because of their criticism. They might have wanted to have seen what a judge said about this issue of selective vindictive prosecution if they too get charged in the coming weeks and the coming months. As we just mentioned, John, there's another name on that September 20th social media post from President Trump. California.
They're not even telling the truth why the case got dismissed. They keep talking about vindictive prosecution. That's not why the case got dismissed. The case got dismissed because the prosecutors wasn't allowed to prosecute. But see, I don't think they want to make that the headline, because shit, a lot of people's cases probably can get thrown out for that exact same purpose. That's why you always gotta read articles, man. You gotta read. The news and the newspaper a lot of times tell different stories, man. What's up, Clips? Yeah, a lot of times the news and the newspaper tell different stories. They making it about the vindictive prosecution, but they also made it about the vagueness in the indictment, in which Durk lost that motion too. But this other judge seems to agree with Drew Finley. Yeah, man. About vague indictments. I thought that was a good argument on Durk there. Because it allows the prosecution to change the narrative at will. Now we're gonna see what happened with the bill of particulars that they're trying to get, even though they say that's not normally granted. But I think they got to do something for him, being as though all of the mistakes that the feds is making and the judges allowing them to, to continue on with the case. But if I was Drew Finland, and I'm pretty sure Drew Finland probably is going to put in another motion because this case just got tossed out. Now, it's the difference between with prejudice and without prejudice. Without prejudice means they can come back and charge you again. But a lot of times they don't typically do that, even though they can. With prejudice means the case is done. Hold on.
California Senator Adam Schiff, who CBS News has learned has hired a private attorney with the prospect he gets charged down the road as well. All of these defendants, all these people have denied any wrongdoing.
Scott McFarlane, a major bend in the road here for the Trump presidency and Justice Department as we learn the rules under which both are operating. Once again, the federal indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James have just been dismissed. A judge ruled prosecutor Lindsay Halligan was improperly appointed. Our coverage will continue on CBS News 24/7, your local news. And
so y'all heard that, yo. So why Durk case ain't get tossed out, man? That y'all know what I'm talking about, right? For the people that be over here, we covered that paperwork. We covered that paperwork of the prosecution team being legally appointed, so it makes the indictment invalid. Y'all remember we read that a couple weeks ago? That's why I told y'all, I never, ever, ever, ever. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, shit. They can come back and charge them, but let me see if somebody did Cuff Boys might have did a video on Durk case. Let me check Shorty out, man. See the Cuff Boys. I've been using your videos for reactions lately. You know, he was wrong. He was wrong on the Melly situation. Let me see. Cuff Boys. He probably did a video on Lord Durk motions denied.
Lil Durk motions denied.
CSI said he did a video. This is 5 days ago.
Durk and his OTF affiliates, man, they went to court today.
So we gotta go to CSI Seti Nash, right? You know, we not no Seti Nash supporters over here, cause we don't really deal with fuckery. But since he got the information, guess we gotta listen to Yo's talk about it.
And court didn't go the way that people expected. I mean, we called it kind of this morning. Check out the Reloaded page, but he did get a win. And the win that y'all ain't even looking at. Let's go. So before we get all this stuff started, I wanted to shout out Mel, because she is dope as hell. So if y'all want to, man, give her a follow. Young Mel right here. Or if for y'all TikTokers and everything, I'm not a lawyer, but I know y'all seen her stuff pop up on many of people's stuff, man. So, you know, shout out to the homie. You feel me? But she was in the courtroom today, and boy, we finna get into it. On a 10-minute break from Durk's hearing this morning, so this made a few rulings. Motion to recuse / disqualify denied. There is no basis for recusal. Motion to dismiss for vagueness denied. Motion for bill of particulars taking under advisement. Giving everyone time to and submit additional responses by Friday, and then we'll rule. Motion that a bill of particulars is rarely requested and rarely granted. Motion to dismiss count 4 from Asa Houston taken under advisement before Houston's attorney spoke. Judge said, "Let me congratulate you on your reply. I enjoy reading it. I haven't read the full motion, but it sounds like the heart of it is that stalking and death is not a crime of violence. Johnson level force. I'm looking forward to reading it." She's saying that for herself as well. Yeah, you and me both. Also on the motion to recuse / disqualify, judge said there are 2 issues: recusal, which was again denied, of not telling the defendants about the threat warrants relief. That's to be determined. We'll take up at another time. 404B evidence, and this is the one where I said, like, yeah, I don't think he's going to deny this right now. He might, but he's going to get rid of some stuff. 404B evidence will be addressed at a later hearing. Just said will be addressed at next hearing. Needs more time to review. Government says they expect their case to take 3 to 4 weeks as opposed to 2 weeks, which means they're about to have a bunch of people coming through. And I don't even think it's going to take 3 to 4 weeks. Honestly, about 2. There may be motion for continuance delay, which will be granted. So we're not going to get. We'll get into that later on. For multiple defendants, but seems like Durk may oppose. But don't quote me. Additional tidbits: Durk seemed noticeably thinner with short black hair, no dreads. He was twisted, jaded. And I don't know if y'all can see my reply, but I'm always hype my people up. So shout out to Mel.
Man, it gotta be somebody else that reported this shit better. Yeah, I read it on one. I got a video on it, man. Where I read the actual paperwork. I ain't take the fucking cheap route. But one of the motions that Durk filed was he was trying to get the United States government off the case because they was illegally appointed, and they got denied. Only for 5 days later, this is 5 days ago. Only for 5 days later, another judge tossed out 2 cases for the same fucking purpose. For the same purpose. What you talking about, Al? What ain't got nothing to do with Durk case? You hear about the guys that killed FBG Duck? Oh yeah, yo. They not telling on Durk, bro. Yo, they not telling on Durk, yo. Carl, I done talk about that a million times. Yo, that case is weak. The case is weak, yo. Keep telling everybody that. I've telling everybody that for 2 years now. The case is weak. It's weak. It's in limbo. It's still motions that haven't been replied to yet. The judge still haven't replied to their motion for acquittals. Based on the fact that witnesses lied. Well, they didn't have no witnesses. But the government, so-called witnesses, Trish's News and them lied. They said one thing on an interview, then said another thing in court. Yo, the case is in doubt, man. The case is in doubt. Even if some of them get sentenced, them cases getting overturned, y'all. You see? You gotta remember, Carl, and for everybody that think O-Block telling on Durk, their case was getting postponed way before Durk even got arrested. Them sentences was getting postponed back then, yo. They got sentenced in January. Got found guilty in January. Durk got arrested in October. Then think about it like this. Let's say one of them is snitching, right? Let's say one of them, that's hypothetically. Devil's advocate. Let's say one of them is telling, and is gonna testify and try to get a deal in Lord Durk case. What that got to do with all of them? You feel me? What do that have to do with all of them? That's how you know that's not the case. That's how you know that's not the case. One person, all of them boys don't even know Durk to be testifying in Durk trial. Only one Durk was close to was fucking Muwai. And we don't even know how close they was. He was close to King Von. The reason the O Block case is getting postponed is because the federal government did illegal things, man. They allowed people to testify that didn't know these people, man. How was Tristan News able to testify? He ain't seen Muwap in 15 years. Muwap said he was 8 years old when Tristan News was in O Block. How can you testify to my identification? You don't know me. You don't know me. The guy from O Block that told, he ain't been in O Block in 6 years. How he gonna testify into the structure of O Block and how they operate as a gang? You ain't been around. Like, yo, the case is fucked up, yo. The case is fucked up, yo. It was fucked up. It was fucked up from the beginning. It shouldn't have never went fed. It was a state case at best. But the only reason they turned it into a federal case is because lack of witnesses. They had lack of witnesses. You gotta remember, yo, all the people that they used, they locked them up on hearsay. But it shaved some time off from who though, Carl? From who? Every single one of them? So if Muwap is telling, think about this, Carl. If Muwap is telling, why is C murder case getting postponed? Why is TZ case getting postponed? Why is C thing case getting postponed? Why are everybody case getting postponed because Muwap telling? That's not how that works, bro. That's not how it don't work that way. It don't work that way. All their cases won't be getting, and then they got postponed indefinitely. Like they got postponed indefinitely, right? They don't. Their cases, you'll see. But when it happened, just make sure y'all know. Keep It G News been the only person saying this online for 2 years. Just make sure y'all be in the comments when blogs start posting it. Be like, yo, Keep It G News been saying that. Y'all see. I give it. Put my lighter go at. I give it 5 years max. Some of them boys gonna start coming home. We already in 2. I know he ain't telling, but you know what's up, y'all. You know it's blogs that's pushing that shit, and people want to believe it. Them boys ain't telling, man. If they wanted to tell, they could have been told. That's why the case was so weak. The case was so weak because ain't none of them tell. Then with the TZ situation. They say TZ dropped the location on him. But the evidence say that the guy that TZ called for him to call O Block didn't call anybody. He ain't called nobody. And he testified. So how did TZ drop the low when the guy he called didn't call nobody? You feel me? That's like I called one of y'all. They got me on video saying, man, look, yo, Lil Yo right here, right now. They got me on video. They locked me up for dropping the location. They go to you, they find out who I called, go to you, and find out that you never relayed the message to nobody. You feel me? I got you, Doctor. They find out that you never relayed the message to nobody. So how did I drop the location? How did I drop the location? And then they found out even more information that when you was calling these people you called, O Block was already on their way. All of this is documented, man. It's all in paperwork. So how did TZ drop the location? It probably was a few people that dropped that location on Durk, right? Then they don't have no evidence the bounty was paid. No evidence. Other than what the fuck the boy name is? The one with the locks that was lying about being a part of it. Other than him talking to a girl said it was a bag on Durk. Don't get me wrong, yo. Some of them boys are caught. You know, the people that was driving to Carlos Alford and Kenneth Robertson. Why would they be? How were they snitching on Durk? Every single one of them don't know Durk. Ivy Dad. Every single one of them don't know Durk to be snitching on Durk. Only person close enough to Durk to tell was Muwap. And all their sentences, Muwap can't get everybody a sentence reduction. You feel me? Muwap cooperation cannot get everyone a sentence reduction, man. No, it's not about innocence. More than likely, they did do it. With me, it's about the justice system overexerting its power. It ain't about innocence or guilt. More than likely, Durk did do it. But even if he did it, the system is supposed to work fairly. What happens and what they do to black people is they don't work fairly for black people. They falsify evidence, make up witnesses. They do all type of illegal shit. We should all be against that, y'all. We should all be against that. Like going back to the Durk case. They just tossed out James Comey and Loretta Lynch indictment because of the prosecution being because of the prosecution being illegally appointed. Durk motion just got denied for that same purpose. His motion just got denied for that same purpose. That's the shit. That's what I'm talking about, Carl. How was Durk motion denied, but then you got Attorney General Loretta Lynch and James Comey case dismissed for the same fucking reason? For the same reason. So obviously Drew Finley knew what he was talking about. But why didn't the judge rule in favor? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but Muwap can't get everybody a deal, man. Every single one of them had to be testifying on Durk if that was the case. And I don't think every single one of them knew Durk or had any information to testify on Durk about nothing. That's just an internet narrative because people lied and told y'all that, yo, O Block is done. They got all this evidence. When I was telling y'all the whole time, like, yo, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. This case look weak as a bitch to me. Y'all know I haven't been wrong on none of these cases yet, man. I don't know how many of y'all new over here who know that. Now, I don't be wrong on these criminal cases. I think I might be like 10 for 10 over this bitch. But that's just blogs and bloggers that don't want to admit that they don't know what the fuck they talking about. So they standing on it. So they got to make an excuse because everybody see how strange it is that their cases. Yeah, I need y'all to run the Family Dollar and get some plates. And some soap. Plates, soap. You know what kind of soap we use, right? Heck no. Stick with shea butter. We use the Dow, the yellow pack, the yellow Dow. What else we need out of there? You say shea butter. Where do you think we use shea butter, son? You told the Dove. That sometimes too, but it'll be the shea butter though. Yeah, I guess it did be a shea butter sometimes. Yo, but they're not using that as evidence, bro. Hey, Carl, I don't know who you be watching. You must be watching Trisha's News, man. Hey, Carl, you watching Trisha's News? That wasn't even. That's not even the same case. That happened around the time that D-Thing was murdered. They're not charging them with D-Thing murder. They don't have no evidence. You see what's going on in that case? That case falling apart too. The fuck I'm trying to tell you, man. Yo, the feds overreaching, man. That's what they've been doing lately. That's what they've been doing lately, man. The feds been overreaching. Yo, back in the day, yo, everybody used to go fed, man. You know, every case was federal. Now they making everything federal and shit. So they sent the informant in to get information for one of the dudes that killed Stephon Mack. Tainted the case. Because now the other guy got his case severed. So the federal government come back and say, look, we're not going to even use none of the information we got from that. They just put a whole informant in this man's cell. Got him to talk about the case. Fucked the case up because now the other dude got his case severed from the guy who was talking. Only for them to then come back and say, look, we're not using none of that evidence. Scratch the fact that we sent the informant in the cell. Scratch the fact that he talked about this, the payment. We're not using none of that. So that just killed that case on Durk. If they did one case on Durk. Yo, grab some something to drink now. I ain't got nothing to drink now. Man, I don't know. Hey, Carl, you better stop moving off intuition. That's what you talking about. Hey, don't be moving off intuition, bro. Yeah. Here's on.
What do we need?
Just something to drink. And we need that for the plates and the soap. Is that all we need?
I don't know. A little bit more.
Oh yeah, some bowls. Plates, soap, and bowls.
And what is this for? The juice?
Yeah. You know the number, right? Don't say it out loud. Yeah. Hey, Carl, stop moving up intuition, man. That you can't move up intuition when it comes down to this type of shit. You can only move off facts, you know. You can only move off facts, man. Oh, so this is not even the first time this has happened. Look. It say the order makes Lindsey Halligan, the latest Trump administrative prosecutor, to be disqualified because of the manner in which they were appointed. Yo, so a lot of cases have been getting tossed out because of this purpose. A lot of cases, we need to look into how many cases been tossed out because of this illegal prosecution team that Trump appointed. Why they ain't do that to Durk case, y'all? That's fucked up. That's fucked up, y'all. I thought the law was blind, man. I thought the law didn't see race or color or whatever the fuck they said it didn't see. Yeah, though, but old black case is weak. It been weak. That video footage evidence was not enough to determine anybody's identity with 100% certainty. Though you can't give nobody life in prison off that video, man. Yo, that's a crime in itself. Can you imagine? Can you imagine one of your family members getting life in prison off of grainy video footage? Matter of fact, I think Mama Duck spoke about the old black case. Let me see what she said. I'm sure she ain't, she coming from a different perspective with it. Hold on. What's cat? Are we grainy? Yeah, that video footage was grainy. What are y'all talking about, yo? This not clear. Hold on, y'all. This not grainy to y'all? Old black Cam Chazier video. Old black. Old black 5 video. Hold on, man. I done fucked it up. Yo, y'all don't think this video footage not grainy?
Some viewers may find them.
Look at that shot. Yo, how would you feel? How would you feel if your family members got convicted off of this? Look at this shit. Damn, y'all. You do without the music. You could at least pick some better music. Yo, how would you, if your family got convicted off of this? And not just convicted off of it. They used people that didn't know these people. Maybe know them from the internet. To make a positive identification of them. Church News don't know these guys, man. Church News ain't been in O Block in 10 years. But that was his role in the trial. Trench's News' role in the trial was identifying the guys from the stairway. But he don't know any of these people. You can't see none of their faces. You can't see none of their faces. And then when they got into the car, the screen jumped. So you can't even see them get into the car. Come on, man. Case is bogus. But Mama Duck talked about the sentencing getting pushed back. Ain't none of them tell. Yeah. That's what they said. Mama Duck just did a live the other day talking about it. I ain't fucking clicking. Old block. Sentencing. Dang, she just did a live the other day too. I can't find it. You got the bowls? Yeah. Thanks, y'all. Put it in, I don't want it. Put it in the back or something.
Yeah.
So Carl, could you identify any of them? It's not about them doing it, bro. I don't give a fuck if they did it or not. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's not about them doing it. It's about the legal proceedings being handled correctly, bro. Like I don't get involved in if they did it or not. I don't give a fuck if they did it or not, bro. I'm more worried about black men being overcharged and oversentenced in the system, yo. That's my core concern. I don't know if they did it or not, bro. They fuck around and did do it. Do I think they did it? Hell yeah. But that doesn't give the justice system the right to lie and fabricate evidence, bro. That's not how it's supposed to work in America, bro. What the fuck if they did it or not? It's supposed to be a fair and impartial justice system. That's what they told us, man. It's written in the Constitution. But it's for some reason, when it comes down to us, the shit ain't never fair. They do all type of bullshit. You heard what Supreme McGriff said in that little document he put out? Yo said, my star witness, I never seen him a day in my life. He was the star witness of the case. I've been telling y'all they been doing shit like that. Then somebody else said the same thing. They out here making people witnesses, y'all, and coercing them, giving them pertinent information to make them seem credible. Yo, that is illegal, man. We should not be standing for that shit. Shouldn't be standing for it. And they only doing it to black people. Well, from what I see other motherfuckers getting a fair trial. I just seen the dude, matter of fact, let me show y'all this. Yeah, I just seen a guy. Matter of fact, I wanted to pull that shit up. His case he beat the case after he admitted to doing it. White guy, of course. He admitted. Now I don't know the particulars. So like I said, I ain't looked into it yet. But I know he admitted to doing that shit and beat that motherfucker. I know that. How the fuck you beat a case you admit to doing? Yeah, honest life is the best life. Shit, yeah, you got to tell me. I done lived the whole life of crime. What the fuck you talking about? I know. I'm living the hardest life now. You're right. It's a lot more safe. You sleep better at night. You ain't got to worry about some of the things that you would have to worry about. But I'm talking about the system overreaching. You know, the system overreaches on the black community, man. And it be crazy, and it aggravates me that black people don't mind seeing it happen. They don't mind seeing it happen, man. I just think black people been conditioned like a motherfucker, man. Like the motherfucking system did a fucking awesome job of turning black people against each other. Like, salute to the system, man. Fucking, they did a great job, man. Mission complete. Straight up, that's probably the best thing they ever did. You know, that's how they put the crack in the neighborhoods. You know, that probably was one of the best targeted objectives they ever accomplished. Turning black people against each other. You feel me? Cause yo, we are excellent at that shit. I never back the system, ever. Fuck ever, man. Unless it's a situation where motherfucking touching children and shit. Like, people not even upset for what they did to Diddy. They put out a whole smear campaign on that nigga, man. A whole smear campaign. Had the whole world thinking this nigga was molesting children. So much so that people still probably believe it. Even though none of that came up in trial. Had the whole world thinking that Diddy parties was like a fucking freak fest. When I've been telling people the whole time like it was not the parties, y'all. Diddy didn't freak off with the industry, or Diddy freaked off with his girlfriends. Most people still probably believe. Man, shut your bitch ass up. Most people probably still believe that Diddy freaked off with the industry. And that the whole industry was aware of these freak off sessions and everybody was a part of it. Hey, y'all crazy motherfuckers. Y'all better start following the real bloggers. Yeah, man, not these motherfuckers controlled by propaganda. What the hell, man? Y'all crazy as shit, man. Hey, look, Carl, you crazy motherfucker. Why he wasn't charged with it, man? Why he wasn't charged with it, yo? There was no case, there was no minors, yo. Diddy got hella lawsuits. Watch how much money did he get when he come home based off these lawsuits. Diddy got hella lawsuits out. But see, blogs don't report that shit. They only report the frivolous lawsuits against him. They're not reporting the real lawsuits he got against them. They ain't reporting on a $100 million lawsuit he got against Newsmax and in the Banfield show and Ariel Mitchell for all the lies that they pushed over that bitch. And he's gonna win. No, they don't report that shit. But this information that I know. And depending on how much you watch the channel, you should know. Because I covered it. They told the whole world that man was molesting children, man. The federal government played a role in that. They ain't do nothing to try to absolve these rumors. They used it for their case. They used it for their case to gain momentum. Excuse me. Hey, yo, you serious, bro? They called, yo, oh my gosh, yo, you said big homie CC, bro? Cole, you said big homie CC? Big homie CC? Like, are you serious? That man's just... Yo, I actually saw none of big homie CC interviews, bro. I actually intentionally avoided them throughout the whole process because it was filled with lies. Yo, big homie CC is a federal agent, man. Keep trying, yo, these niggas is Fed agents. Charles White admitted to being the police. I'm ready, matter of fact, I wanted to play that for y'all earlier. Wait till I get to the house, we're gonna play that video. Yo, big homie CC is a federal client. You don't think it's ironic how he just popped up when Diddy got arrested? Big homie CC takes the internet by storm. Nigga's a fucking agent, bro. I think he did a lot for the community. I'm sure he did. But I don't give a fuck what he did for the community. I'm talking about the system preying on black folks, the system falsifying evidence, coercing witnesses, planting evidence, bullying people. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I don't give a fuck if I ain't give a fuck if he never did nothing for the community in his life. He still don't deserve to get railroaded because they don't be railroading everybody. Everybody don't get railroaded, man. Now, if this how the system just ran, oh shit. Choo choo. You feel me? Let the train roll. But since I noticed that it's only ran like this against black people, and some people say brown, but I don't know what goes on over there. So I'm just gonna say black people. Then I got an issue with that, and I'm always stand against it. And if you black, you should too. Because it could be your family member next. It could be your son next. It can be your father next. See, the problem is, I keep telling y'all, I was railroaded before. So I came into this internet with a whole different perspective than a lot of these other guys. I know how dirty this system is. I know that they will make a witness. I'm 100% certain that they will make a witness. I'm 100% certain that people plead guilty to crimes they didn't commit in order to convict other people and get deals for it. I'm 100% certain that's what they do. It's not speculation. I know this for a fact. So I'm always come from a different perspective because I'm not a Seti Nash or a 1090 Jake or none of them guys that just be on here talking. I really didn't experience the system on a level that shows how bad this shit is and how it operates. And it seems like it's operating normally. But it's flawed as a motherfucker. Keep telling y'all, man. They let a guy in my case plead guilty to being a shooter for a crime he wasn't there to commit. Keep telling y'all that. Y'all know how serious that is? Like, think about that. They allowed a person, there was evidence that said this person could not have committed this crime. There's no way he can be two places at once. They allowed that same person who they had evidence that backed that no way he did this, plead guilty to being a shooter in a crime that he was nowhere around to commit. That happened to me, man. Only to convict other people. So you can't tell me nothing about the system, man. I know how this shit works. I know how it works. Who the fuck that happened to? Who got caught with drugs and automatic weapons and then get charged? Whack 100? Who the fuck that happened to you, man? You gotta elaborate, man. Hey, because stop watching Big Homie CC, man. This cigar. Yo, do me a favor, yo. Do not watch any more Big Homie CC interviews ever in life. If you can, I will reprogram everything Big Homie CC told you out your mind. Because ain't none of it real. Big Homie CC is a federal agent, yo. It's a federal agent. He was put on the internet. He was put on the internet. Yo, because the guns was in the security room. He did get charged with the drugs. What are you talking about? Remember, Diddy was charged in the RICO. The guns was in the lockbox in the security room. He does have security. Diddy is not barred from possessing firearms. He never been convicted of a felony, bro. That's how you explain that. Only time you can't be around firearms if you've been convicted of a felony. Diddy ain't never been convicted of no felony, bro. He can be around all the firearms he wants. You know, in order for a gun case to go federal, you have to have a previous felony that strips your gun rights away from you. That's why Boosie got a good chance to in his gun case, is because his only case was a 3rd-degree marijuana charge, man. That shit shouldn't even have been no fucking felony. If that shit was anywhere in America other than Louisiana, it wouldn't even be no felony, bro. He got caught with a gun, he got caught with a pistol, and you try to make the case go federal, and his only other conviction is a 3rd-degree marijuana charge? Like, come on now. You gotta make that shit make sense, man. Shit don't make sense. What did he got? What's Diddy's previous felony? Paul, since you know more than me. Since I covered the case, but you know more than me. Let me hear it. I don't know if that door open or not. You got your key, don't you? Name the previous felony, huh?
What story you talking about? That one?
Yeah, that one. Let me know. Yo, we waiting on Paul, yo, before we continue, because Paul knows everything. Yo, the guns wasn't in his possession. They wasn't in his possession, yo. The guns was in the lockbox in the security room. It wasn't in his possession, man. That's the part for the people that covered that part. That's what they left that out on purpose. They left that part out. Where they told you, yo, the guns wasn't actually found. Like, they didn't find the guns under his bed. He did get charged with it. But that's not even a federal charge either. At that rate, like I said, that's still not a federal case. You have to have a felony in order for you not to be able to possess firearms. Diddy ain't got no felonies. Diddy doesn't have any felonies. Diddy doesn't have any felonies, y'all. This is the first felony he caught. But did you hear what I just said? He didn't have any felonies. My first gun case was a misdemeanor. Everybody's first gun charge is a misdemeanor. Now I'm just telling you the truth. Look it up. Look it up. You don't need no gun license, y'all. Around guns without a permit. Look, nobody want to listen to me. Since everybody, crazy, y'all be listening to all these other people that's not qualified, but y'all don't want to listen to me. All right. Y'all rather listen to all these unqualified individuals. Can I be around guns without a license? Yes, in many places, it is legal to be around guns without a permit, but laws vary significantly by state and locality, and restrictions apply to carrying firearms in public. For example, Pennsylvania is an open carry state, meaning it's generally legally to open carry firearms without a permit, with certain exceptions like City of Philadelphia and specific locations such as schools and federal buildings. However, carrying a concealed handgun or firearm in a vehicle typically requires a permit. Yo, Diddy has a security team. I just told you that, man. Diddy has a security team. No, yo. If as long as you haven't been convicted of a felony, you can be around guns, man. As long as you've never been convicted of a felony, you can be around guns, man. In any state. I mean, I can't say in every state, but the federal laws is in order for your gun case to go federal, and this not even Diddy's. This is not Diddy's situation. Cause Diddy's situation is he got a security team that lives with him. The guns was found in the security team's closet or room, wherever the fuck the security team is located. Him not being a felon enables him to have guns in his house. We're still not getting it. You keep mentioning it could have been a motherfucking AR-15, bro. It could have been AR-15. Well, I don't commit crime. In my situation, ain't like Diddy's because I've been convicted I've been convicted of a felony. But I'm talking about for Diddy case, for Diddy's situation. He never been convicted of a felony, bro. You can't make your first gun case go fair, yo, if you ain't never been convicted of a felony, bro. That's not how that works. People's first gun case don't go federal. Yes, a handgun possession case can go federal if it involves a federal crime, such as the person prohibited from owning a gun, like a convicted felon, the gun crossed state lines, or the crime happened on federal property. Even a first-time offense can become federal case depending on specifics. Yo, the gun was in his house, y'all. It'd have been different if the gun was in his car. Yeah, he definitely got money. You know, money always helps. It'd have been different if the gun was in his car, man. The gun was in his house. Everybody got the right to protect their home, man. Everybody got the right to protect their home. Now, you lose that right if you got a previous gun offense. Yeah, I don't know why y'all think I just be over here talking, man. Yeah, I'm willing to bet. Yo, most of the people that be commenting don't have the same understanding of the law that I got. I mean that I know. That ain't me being arrogant or cocky or nothing like that. That's just me being honest. Believe what y'all want to believe, man. I can't believe what y'all want to believe. Believe Tisa tells. Yeah, man, Tisa tells will tell you. Y'all gotta remember, yo, this coming from the same person that been telling y'all the whole time that the case was bogus. I was the only person on the internet. At one point, I was the only person on the internet telling y'all, yo, that Diddy case garbage. Who remembers that? Who was over here long enough to remember that? I was the only person on the internet. Everybody else is running Diddy through the mud. I was the only one on the internet. Like, I don't know about this shit, y'all. This shit look a little bogus to me. And not because I was speculating. Because I was reading the fucking paperwork. I was reading the paperwork. I got sons, man. Yeah, I got a stepdaughter. Yo, but me having daughters, and that's another thing that people got wrong. Yo, it's not about you having daughters, man. Like I told you, like I said before, yo, we dealing with the industry. And these people sold their soul, man. Soul selling and soul buying has always been a part of the industry. You know what I mean? Cassie, Jane Doe, and everybody that sat around and Diddy's inner orbit that was being used to facilitate, that was being used in the way that they didn't like, sold their soul for money. They sold their soul. You can't sell your soul, reap the benefits of soul selling, and then get mad that you didn't get more, and then claim foul. Nah, bro. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. Like I said, that's like me having a dope team, and you want to get on my dope team. I always got results back to shit I know. So that's like me having a dope team. We making $20,000 a day, right? We making $20,000 a day selling dope. And you want to get on my team, right? You see the money we getting. You see the money we getting, and you want to get on. I let you on my team, right? And you find out once you get on my team that we ain't just selling dope. We taking hits. We scamming. We motherfucking. We doing everything under the sun. Now when indictments come down, you be sitting back. Well, I ain't know they was doing all that. Oh, hey, you should have done more research, man. Maybe you shouldn't want to be a part of stuff that looks good on the outside, because you don't know what the fuck going on in the inside. If Cass was your daughter, would you still take her phone? If my daughter participated in that, for one, if Cassie, if Diddy did that to my daughter, we're gonna have problems, first and foremost. But I'm talking about the criminality part of it. It's not about if I take up for her. I'm talking about the criminality part of it. Cassie, I am being real. If Cassie Diddy that to my daughter, we're gonna have problems, man. Yeah, we're gonna have problems. But as an adult, you understand what I'm saying? You shouldn't let nobody do that to you, man. She's stuck around because of the perks, the bags, the lifestyle. You can't claim a victim after that. That don't make sense to people. You can't claim victim after you benefited from everything that went on. You wanted to be a part of my lifestyle, right? Now you ain't. But your role in my life is freak offs. That's your role in my life. Cassie wasn't no victim, man. Cassie was a victim of domestic violence. That's the only thing Cassie was a victim of, man. She wasn't a victim of sex trafficking. She was a victim of domestic violence. That's what, and it was horrible. I'm not co-signing that. But Diddy wasn't charged for domestic violence. Diddy was charged for sex trafficking. Diddy didn't sex traffic Cassie. Cassie was a willing participant. Y'all watched the video of the sex workers. They told you. Every single one of them told you. She loved it. She probably still doing freak offs. She might be freaking off right now. The fuck you talking about? How did Diddy go too far when she was the one? When she was the one? Yo, she designed the freak offs. She bought lingerie for it. She booked appointments. She had freak offs with these dudes outside of Diddy, bro. Do y'all understand? See, yo, y'all haven't been watching y'all haven't been watching me cover it. Y'all are watching flawed news coverage. That's why your perception ain't right. Sometimes that's why your perception ain't right. Did y'all know that Cassie designed freak offs? Did y'all know that Cassie was fucking these guys outside of Diddy? That is the main point. Do y'all know that Cassie was fucking these guys outside of Diddy? Y'all understand this, right? Like, come on, man. She ain't no fucking victim. She's not a victim. She's a willing participant. She's a willing participant, man. And she benefited from it. She got trips. I mean, she got cars. She got to live a lifestyle. You're not no victim, man. You can't be no victim after all of that. Yeah, I heard about that. Okay, so how are you a victim then, Carl? If you admit that she was getting paid, how are you a victim? How can she then be a victim? She wasn't no victim, man. She enjoyed it. I don't know nothing about no Epstein. What you mean, sir? Not been removed. Yo, so Charles White admitted to being the police again. A couple years ago. I don't know how many times he's going to admit that he's the police before people realize that he really is the police. He's not playing the character. But check him out. This is about the 5th time he admitted he the police. People still don't want to believe him. People still think he organic and he got a message. Hey, Carl, you like Charleston White? You seem like a Charleston White supporter, Carl. I ain't gonna lie. Paul, I think you're a Charleston White supporter too. What it is, y'all? y'all fuck with Charleston White? Y'all keep letting Charleston White talk about he a civilian. Let's check out the civilian Charleston. Charleston White, the civilian. Fuck that shit up. They got more charges than me. But he a civilian and shit. I ain't no street nigga. I can tell all I what. Shit, I can't tell all these goddamn cases he got. Check it out. Look at that. This is terrible.
Unlock the door from inside.
Look, so you support this? You support Charleston White getting locked up with his son? Like, this is horrible parenting right here. This nigga got locked up with his son, man. Did he ever tell this story? Did he ever tell a story when he got locked up with his son? Or he managed, in all the interviews, he managed to leave that part out. What you think about this, Carl? Is this good parenting? He talk about everybody else parenting.
Step out of the vehicle. Step away from the vehicle. Stop. Turn around. Face away from me. Back up. Step to your right. You're going to go between these Tahoes. Step to your right. Step to your right. I'm getting over there for you. Going to the other side. Step out of the car. Keep your...
Look, he's got his son with his hand behind his back. God damn it.
Grab your hoodie, grab your jacket, and pull it up as high as you can from your collar. Your collar.
I know this is traumatizing for that boy, man.
Turn around slowly. Keep turning, keep turning. Stop. Hands back on top of your head, back up. Nice and slow.
Out here getting his son booked.
All right, walk backwards. Keep walking, straight back, straight back, straight back. Keep walking, keep walking. Stop right there.
Look at his son, man. Scared to death. He need to be ashamed of himself, putting his son in this situation. Man, this nigga, man, I'm about sick of his ass. Can't stand his ass. Always get me in some shit. Charles White is dangerous because the right if you push. He like Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I want to make sure to tell those people.
Charles White is poison though. That's the only thing about it, Paul. Charles White is also poison. You know what I mean? So him saying rap is poison is non and void. I can see if he was the antidote. He the fuck he poison too. Look at what he tell the police when they grab him. He said, man, I work with y'all. We're on the same team. I tell y'all he's the fucking police. I keep telling y'all, yo, there's federal agents online portraying as influencers, portraying as bloggers. Y'all don't know why y'all don't see that yet. Yo, some of these guys are working with the police, man.
Scene secure, deactivate Axon video.
Y'all think it's the game.
Cut loose. Okay, what about me?
You
got a warrant. A warrant for what? I don't know. They told us you had a warrant, and the detective wants to talk to you. Oh, okay. Why y'all gotta take my car to the pound, man? The detective wants the car. I don't know. What's your name? My name's Officer Cox. What's your name? Your buddy's up there. Officer Brantley. You guys new on the force? No, sir.
Look, you guys new on the force? Because what the hell? They know me here. They all know me, man. I'm part of the goddamn force. You know, special forces. That's the only time you ask that question, yo. Nobody asks that question. You know what I mean? Only reason you would ask that question is if you part of the force, man. Maybe they just don't know you.
Trying to see what sheet there.
So he can report back to his handler.
What sheet they're working off of? Yeah, so I can put us on it and transport.
Yo, the feds been took over YouTube, man. 2008. Took over the internet.
On me? Oh, I don't. Not very long. I say, man, y'all have to be hardball with me. I'm on y'all side. Shit, now. Believe me, if I had information.
Y'all heard him? Man, y'all ain't gotta play up. That boy y'all side, man. The fuck, I'm a police officer too. I just ain't got a badge yet. Keep telling y'all he the police. Yo, he came on the internet as the police. That's why they propped him up so fast. That's why they elevated him to the level of success yet. Because he's you know, he working two entities. Or what internet on other end he working with the police.
There it is. See, I tell you. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Channel open. Intel 514. Can you give me additional with CIT 10 and show me transporting 1 to 5650?
Incident assigned.
Shit probably was a play, man.
I think we were right around the corner. Let's see. That's gonna be the quickest
Your
way to get
incident
there.
has been updated.
The detective wants it towed. That's all.
Yo, some of these parts understand. You know, they only care about views. So a lot of these podcasts that platform Charleston White, some of them working with the people too, but some of them just know Charleston White brings in numbers. I don't even know if the numbers is real. You know, they can fudge numbers to make them seem lit and to keep them going. That's what I think actually is going on. You understand? I think his numbers, whatever platform he go on, his numbers are being manipulated, and it keeps him getting paid. It keeps him going to other platforms. That's just my opinion. But some of these people are working with the police as well, and some of them just don't know what's going on, and some of them are aware of what's going on. But since he bringing revenue, they just saying fuck it.
Who is the old guy in the beard over there talking?
I'm gonna ask Chuck. Do you think the detective wants those pistols with him to look at, or just pictures?
Yeah, man, because they ain't. I don't know. I'm legal. I ain't no convicted felon or nothing. Probably. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean. So, y'all seize them a pistol? No. I mean, they'll have it, because you're going to jail, they'll have to go to the property room.
Let me ask Chuck real quick, because they can't go to the tow yard. So
Yeah, they can't go to the impound yard, so they, since you're going to be going to jail, they'll have to go to the property room. Oh, boy. Oh, what am I going to jail for? Like I said, you got a warrant. I don't know what exactly for. They just told us you had a warrant, and the detective wants to talk to you. That money clearly has for motion picture use only. Yeah. What on it? The money right there. Uh huh. Clearly got for motion picture use only. Is that for show money? Yeah, prop money. Man.
for show money, huh?
The motion picture use only. You see it? Yeah, I see it right there. I got an artist, man. I got a little rap artist called Bankroll Barbie, man. There you go. And tell them don't take none of them condoms. No. What are we waiting on? They're waiting to see if the detective wants us to bring the pistols with us or not. I was like, why do you want me to count this? Yeah, hey, be careful, there's a condom in there.
SR218, can you, RTF, just call, and put me on another 9DS, so I can get another service number when you get a chance, please.
Same location?
We're good?
Okay, same location.
Dang, tow truck's already here. That's fast.
That's real fast.
Well,
You
what
could probably
about
just
my
whip
boy?
all the way around.
Copy 98274. 98274.
Thank you, ma'am.
Cool. Yes, sir. What about my son, man? He, as long as he doesn't have any major warrants, which I doubt he does, he doesn't look like the type who would be getting into trouble. He'll just be cut loose, and then it's. I don't know. He won't get transported anywhere. I mean, if he has someone come pick him up, I give him a phone call and. Can you call my wife on that phone and have her come get him? Hold on 1 second. Let's get to where we're going, and you can ask the detective that.
Does he have a phone?
Who, my son?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got it.
I'm sure he'll call. They'll work it out with him.
You would have thought that was the first thing he asked. You motherfucking 10 minutes in. So Charleston, I had a warrant for aggravated assault.
Oh yeah, he retired. Gosh, there's a few. Say that again. His office is at.
Oh, okay. First doing for that. Why y'all going this way?
Going around to where the detective's office is at.
Oh, okay. First doing for that. Wood Haven. Going to be at the actual in the clinic itself. For 9, one of the patients is aggressive and violent. Who's your deputy chief?
Say that again.
Who's your deputy chief?
Our deputy chief is Chief Hadsel.
These some wild ass questions.
Your old buddy, he quit me.
He quit me.
What's that?
I said that used to be my old partner. He quit me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, after me, that used to be my old buddy.
Oh yeah.
He retired, huh?
Oh yeah, he retired. Gosh, it was a few months ago.
This ain't work with the police for him.
Once he stepped down from the POA.
He's SRT Team 2 Sergeant.
Oh, really? How long you been on the force?
7 years.
7 years?
Mm-hmm.
He worked with them police for a long ass time, boy. God dang.
What about you, Mustang?
Not 4.
My 4? Where you from?
Huh?
Where you from?
Around here.
Around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can step out.
You went to the military?
No.
No military training?
Nope.
Pretty dangerous, brother. Lead the way, I'm following you.
Go ahead. I don't know if they searched him. Go ahead and search him.
Yeah, they searching you, man. Y'all gonna fill on that again? I'm just playing with you, man.
Real quick.
Anything sharp on you?
Nah.
No weapons of any sort?
Man, y'all took my weapon.
Just double checking because I didn't search you before, right?
Yeah, I got the weapon. I'm sure y'all got the rundown.
Do you have any idea what it's about?
And police.
Y'all know what it's about, man. Motherfuckers fucking with me. I'm standing my ground. Everybody in the department.
Everybody at the department know me, man.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm a resident police officer.
You ain't got the search me yet. You know I ain't right. Man, this is pull my pants down, man. You got me looking like a dipstick.
Better now?
Yeah, man. Y'all two could have came and got me by yourself.
Well, anyone know the code to 5650?
It's cold, man.
A little bit.
And this is the guy. Yeah, this shit is funny. Look at this nigga. This is the guy that people think got a message. Hold up. This guy right here.
It's cold, man.
What the fuck is wrong with people? Hey, yo. Fuck. Niggas think yo got a message that's worth listening to.
A little bit. I don't think my client. Scared I just locked the door.
For real though, bro. This about to even got on. This thing look fucking foolish. The fuck up. Let me zoom in on his clothes, yo. Hold up, yo. Check my man out. My man got the motherfucking lambskin hat. Not lambskin, the leopard print hat with the cheetah print shirt. Look like it's a Maryland Turpin jacket with the motherfucking what you call this? What you call this right here, y'all? The fuck is that? I bet it's probably motherfucking uh dang, I can't even think of the I know it ain't cotton. You hear me? Yo, this is crazy, yo. Are they boots he got on? I can see why he talking shit now. Look how he used to dress, man.
I shake your hand, but I think you're a bracelet. Man, I made a big old thing. I saw the difference in them two just because it came and got me by the damn self. They ain't have to call no big old scene like this. Which way we going? Down this way.
They know him. Polyester. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Polyester. Look, you see how he came in? Like, oh, Charlie, you back. Look how he came in that bit. Can tell y'all this nigga the police, man. Y'all keep thinking anything funny.
I shake your hand, but I think you're a bracelet. Man, I made a big old thing. I saw the difference in them two just because it came and got me by the damn self. They ain't have to call no big old scene like this. Which way we going? Down this way. I'm not sure.
He disputed his self-helping kids. He said it was a scam, yo. You watch him, right? I hardly watch him. But I was coerced into watching one of his big bank interviews. Yo, everybody that help kids is not doing it for kids. You know, them nonprofits make a lot of money, man. Them nonprofits make a lot of money. So, even if he was doing it for kids, you know, why was you doing it? Was the best really your focus? Or was this just a way for you to make a couple of and you didn't have no other way? Because I would think, right, if kids is really his focus, I would think he would still be helping kids. I would think that he wouldn't be going on interviews saying, fuck them kids, fuck the community. I would have thought that now, since he got notoriety, you know, since he's bigger than he's ever been before, I would have thought that this would be the perfect opportunity to now put your plan in motion. Because now you got the money, you got the resources, and you got the reach. You got the reach. So if he legitimately cared about kids, right? If that's what his heart and his passion was in, to helping kids. You don't stop once you get a couple hours, man. I didn't give a fuck about no goddamn kids. Man, fuck no. He's part of the poisonous culture. Paul, he part of the poisonous culture. You mean he's part of it. He's pushing rhetoric, stereotypes. He goes to conservative platforms and puts stereotypes on black people. Charles White is part of the problem, man. Part of the problem. Let me show y'all this too. Oh yeah, this is the guy I'm telling y'all about. Wisconsin man allegedly confessed to murders, still acquitted at trial. Let's find out. Let's see what the fuck going on. Maybe he was mentally ill, man. Wisconsin man confessed to murders, later acquitted. This is 3 months ago. Murder confession on tape. Confess. Oh, he might have been off a little bit. Oh, confessed to 1992 murders. Let's check him out.
That was my son.
Well, I was in a drunken stupor that night. I told you that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. When my dad got killed, I don't remember if it was Tana's dad that actually hit him. There was 3 of them. It was a terrible accident. My dad was driving, they were racing snowmobiles down Goo Road. My dad's belt blew. Snowmobile coming up behind him because, once the belt blows, the lights hit him, killed my dad instantly. The third guy.
Which main part of what is a fad? What you mean? Part of the culture? That's what COINTELPRO was, man. All we saying now is digital COINTELPRO. They just turned to digital. You know what COINTELPRO was, right? You know what the main objective to COINTELPRO was? What was the main objective, man? The object of COINTELPRO was to destroy from within, which means we have to get people on the inside of these people culture so we can turn it upside down. It's the same thing, yo. That's what Charleston White is. They got somebody on the inside that pushes nonsense, pushes rhetoric in order to create confusion. What you mean? Yeah, what's up, Paul? You don't understand that? What's up, Sean? Yeah, get inside and dismantle. That's what COINTELPRO was, man. Now they're doing it digitally. You know what I mean? It's digital COINTELPRO. You got to get these guys like a Charleston White or academics or Vlad or pick one. You understand? We're gonna make them a face, because they can make people who they want. I think we learned that when if you watch that video I did on hip hop in the prison industry. They can make you whatever they want. They can make you the biggest person in the game. Literally. You know what I mean? And you don't even realize it. You see these people going from platform to platform to platform to platform to platform, TV show to TV show, platform to platform, movie to movie, and you be like, "Dang, this motherfucker moving around." But what you don't know is it's one company that owns every single one of these entities, and all they doing is sending them through their what you want to call it? I can't think of the word. They just send them through there. What's it called? Yeah, Traveler Ross, one of them. Through the market. It's not the word. I can't think of the word. But you know what I'm saying. They just running them through. But you think this person is lit. Like he getting all these opportunities, but it's really one company that's controlling all that shit. Network. Thank you. That's how that works, man.
Coming up, and that got over. It was a horrible accident. And
and this guy confessed to this murder.
I don't even know who hit who. I was 5 years old. I remember the big fights at the funeral. This my mom and dad going to for it all. And for whatever reason, that night, I had never even thought about any of that shit before. I remembered that. And that's what I remember about why I went to the house. I was drunk, and all I could think about was that accident. And I didn't go there to hurt anybody. I didn't. But I honestly can tell you that I don't know what happened, what started it all. I don't. I know that in my drunkenness, that accident was on my mind.
And you blamed Tana's dad for killing your dad?
I don't know. He was involved.
Okay.
It's not that I'm saying
So he
that
killed the guy that
my
killed his
dad.
father.
That's what I can remember. And yes, I didn't want to go out and say, well, I remember her dad hurt my dad. Because then you guys are going to think, oh, he planned this. No, it didn't. I do not understand how it happened. I don't.
Do you remember talking to her at the house?
So look, this was their trial. This they said at trial. At trial, High's defense team rehearsed using deceptive interrogation tactics. And DNA evidence was unreliable due to an unclear chain of custody. They suggested was the actual killer, pointing to his history of violence. But he confessed right here, though. I don't think I ever seen somebody confess and beat the case. You know. And y'all wonder why I be going so hard about this system. Y'all know anybody that confessed and went to try and beat it? Anybody?
Remember seeing her?
I remember
What the fuck? Shit don't be happening for us, man.
getting into the scuffle. And everything that is pretty much a point.
You're in a scuffle with who?
With Tim.
Okay.
And that next really thing that I remember is coming out of the house, puking all over. And that's what I know. And I don't remember, I don't know that I hurt those people. I must have. I'm not denying that. I don't. I remember thinking about it, thinking about the accident, which was, I was 5 years old.
So he said he was in a drunk stupor, man. That's what he said.
Or no, I was probably 8 I was 8 years old. I was 5 when I broke my leg. And those were the only memories I had left of my dad, you know, was remembering when we were walking around. And,
2 people, actually.
And playing with BB guns and crap like that.
And he stabbed him to death.
And for whatever reason, that night,
DNA was found too.
You know, like, for whatever reason, that accident popped up in my head from forever ago. You know, I have no explanation for it.
Oh, hold on, the fuck up.
So you have some unresolved issues.
Look what they say he did. Look what he said he did. Fuck what they say. Look what my man said he did, man. Hold up. It's a trailer. Where the fuck the whole shit at? You might need to watch this whole little documentary. Y'all wonder why I be doing what I be doing. Yeah, y'all be tripping. Did they found DNA evidence?
That was probably the worst scene I've ever seen in my entire career of 41 years.
Evidence doesn't lie.
What did you see when you got in there? A lot of blood. That was like there was a war in the room.
She said, Tim is dead, Tim's dead.
So somebody just walked in on them as they were in bed. Whoever entered took them by surprise.
His whole entire truck was engulfed in flames.
They couldn't find out if there was something put in there to detonate or what.
Nobody knew why or how or...
Ain't nothing like white on white
And
crime.
now maybe Michelle's next or I'm next. Yeah, there was a definite fear.
As this hits warp speed, like, we might be onto something here.
You think you got something here?
He just literally starts shaking.
He said, I'm going to slaughtered like hell. It freaked me out. What'd you make of his story?
Well, obviously the hair stood up on my neck.
I'd be just wanting this thing solved and it wasn't done fast enough.
I didn't do anything.
She says, I think my dad had something to do with this.
A lot of childhood memories.
And I knew that he was ruled out.
So she turned the feature on where law enforcement can view your profile, and it was like the Christmas tree lit up. He was the match to the DNA that was left at the crime scene.
Did you have to somehow deal with that question that you might be married to and living with a man who had done a very, very, very terrible thing all those years ago?
No, there is no possible way he could have ever done something like that.
You have the wrong guy.
It was extremely hard to know that his life was in somebody else's hands.
He'll either be found guilty by the 12 in the jury or by God.
Sometimes not knowing is better than knowing.
It's a piece of wisdom right there.
Not guilty was the verdict, y'all. But I started this live off talking about Durk and how James Comey case dismissed. I was talking about this James Comey case being dismissed. Case being dismissed for the same reason. For the same reason that Durk wanted his case dismissed, and his motion got denied. Then you just hear about the DNA match, Paul?
More on that breaking news just in our newsroom. A judge dismissing the charges against both former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney Letitia James. The judge finding the prosecutor in those cases, Lindsay Halligan, was illegally appointed, meaning any actions she's taken as acting U.S. attorney were unlawful. Courts and legal reporter.
And didn't Durk just file that same motion? Durk just filed that same fucking motion, man. Let me show y'all. Let's see if I can pull it up. Sometimes this should take me to the wrong shit. Be taking me to my wrong page. Shit, let me log in. God damn it. How the fuck can I show y'all this paperwork? Hold on. What the fuck she just sent me? Sent me something 2 days ago. No stuff all days. Oh, all right. Oh, I think this is it right here. I'm trying to find the paperwork. No, it should be though. It should be. He wanted his shit dismissed for the same purpose. Vagueness. This ain't it. Trying to find the paperwork. What's up? So I can pull it up. Today's rival acquisition. Anonymous Jory. That's not it. Comment post. This probably it right here. Sectional argument. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find this the paperwork. Evidence intertwined, evidence of party admission otherwise. Intertwined evidence. Whatever necessary to prove the core. Members. Necessary to prove identity. Lyrics. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, but that ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, this dismissal has nothing to do with his criminal history. This is about the these judges or these prosecutors aren't legally, they weren't legally obtained. Yeah, these prosecutions weren't legal. I mean, legally appointed, I mean. And while I look for that, let me let this play. Yeah, they weren't legally appointed. And the cases been getting tossed out for that. But why they do Durk shit out for the same purpose?
With The Hill, Zach Schoenfeld is with me now to help me break all of this down. Zach, all of this really hot off the presses. Let's start at the beginning with this breaking news on the judge throwing out the charges against former FBI Director James Comey and Letitia James, saying that Halligan is accused of lying to Congress, saying that, Comey lied to Congress and testified. Never authorized FBI officials to leak information to the press. What are you learning, and what has the White House said in response to this?
Hey, good afternoon, Nick. This ruling just coming down from this judge here in just the last few minutes, dismissing both these high-profile prosecutions against both James Comey and Letitia James. Both of these rulings, they're very similar. It's for the same reason, saying that a U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia who has brought both of these indictments, Lindsay Halligan, was unlawfully appointed. So this ruling at its core really has nothing to do with the actual merits of these criminal allegations against Comey and James, whether it be the lying to Congress allegations against James Comey or the mortgage fraud accusations against Letitia James. They deny that, of course, but instead this ruling is really saying that this U.S. attorney was never lawfully appointed in the first place, and so all of these actions, specifically when she went before those grand juries to seek those indictments, that all of that is invalid and that these charges all have to be dismissed.
Zach, I'm glad that you said that
this is not about criminal history, is what I'm trying to tell you. This dismissal has nothing to do with criminal history. It's the fact that the prosecution team wasn't legally appointed. They shouldn't be trying cases. They have been dismissing people charges for this. They've been dismissing people charges for this, man. Look. The judge. blank was vague. Fill in the blanks. No, that's not the paperwork. I had this. I had paperwork. What's up, Mike? That's what I made the prosecution before the pretrial. Let me find this shit. Lord Durk lawyer says prosecution team was illegally appointed.
Lindsay Halligan. According to
Look, here we go, right here. Lord Durk's lawyer has made statements claiming the prosecution team was illegally appointed. This statement is what the fuck? It's part. Why the fuck does she keep doing that? The shit that we just fucking read. Fabulous knowledge of animal. Death threats. Too dangerous. I forgot. I don't know what the fuck she was accused of. Well, I just wanted to show y'all that Durk filed the same motion, and that shit got denied. It got denied. But then this is just 5 days ago. 5 days later, this happens.
Do with whether or not the merits of the case were valid or invalid. The judge is saying before we go any further than that, if I'm understanding you correctly, the person who brought these charges never should have been in that role.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I just told you, Paul, it ain't about the charges. See, y'all ever hear from people? I guess since he got on a suit, I guess people tend to believe people with a suit on, man. If a person with a suit says it, or I don't know, somebody that speaks more articulate says it, I guess people are more likely to, agree. But that's basically what I've been saying the whole time. It ain't about the charges. The charges, the person that brought the charges wasn't supposed to be able to bring the charges. Case should be dismissed. Illegal prosecution. That's how that's supposed to work. But they got picks with it. They got picks. Obviously.
That's right. And in fact, another thing that has been making a lot of news in recent days, specifically about James Comey's case, was a lot about what happened in those grand jury proceedings. There have been questions about, the transcripts of those proceedings, whether the grand jury actually saw the final indictment that was eventually handed up to the judge. The government at one point had conceded that it was not shown. Then they submitted a filing reversing, saying that it was. But this ruling is instead totally on a different thread. In fact, it's actually even by a different judge. Because this issue had to dealt with Lindsay Halligan's appointment, it gets into a bit of a unique circumstance where they actually have to pull in a judge from a different court to adjudicate this. So this is Judge Cameron Curie, a judge who normally would serve in South Carolina and is an appointee of former President Bill Clinton.
In fact, not to get too into the weeds, but this may have even saved any kind of retribution on her end legally, because if indeed that indictment had been changed like the judge had suggested, that had her censured or brought up on legal charges of her own. Do you believe these charges will be appealed, though?
I think, the Justice Department, although we haven't heard from them quite yet, you'd imagine that they are likely going to appeal this. Obviously, we've seen them in all sorts of cases. Usually we're talking about civil lawsuits and challenges to Trump administration policies. Here we are talking about criminal prosecution, so a bit of a different bucket. But still, we see the Trump administration, never being afraid to appeal things. But certainly that is the top question right now as to whether it will appeal this ruling.
Formidable opponents, legalese, and who had strong defense. Comey, in his defense, had planned to talk about vindictive prosecution. We didn't hear that far, right? What reaction are you hearing, and how does this look?
Yeah, that's right. All these other issues that we've been talking about ever since these charges were brought, we didn't even get to those. Now, those motions we expected to be decided soon, but this is really, the first one out of the gate. Now, I will also say the timing here was expected. The judge had indicated that they would be ruling in advance of Thanksgiving, so we knew it would be coming this week. But if this ruling is allowed to stand, all of that other stuff, including the vindictive prosecution motions that you mentioned, Nick, we'd never get to. And of course, now, if the Justice Department does want to appeal and they win, of course, that would be the next roadblock that they'd have to get through. All of those motions would still have to be adjudicated. So if these prosecutions ever do get to trial, it certainly seems that there would be a long road ahead, even if they are revived someday.
Zach, I've got less than 30 seconds, but I do want to ask you, do you expect any type of legal action from either James or Comey back at the Justice Department because of what they called vindictive prosecution?
They certainly may try, but at this point, I think that is still a bit unclear. We haven't heard from either of them vowing to do so.
They didn't win on that merit. That's why the case got tossed. Then yeah, they'd have had a case on that, but that's not why the case got tossed. So Mike Epps. Did y'all see what they say about Campbell? I hope you don't know about eat Campbell's soup, man. Listen to what they say about Campbell's soup. Executive court on secret recording saying their products are shit for poor people with bioengineered meat. Stay away from Campbell, y'all.
Soup company employee is taking legal action against the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
The recording allegedly.
A former Campbell's soup company.
We gotta get to the bottom of that shit. That shit came from a 3D printer. Campbell's soup exposed. No, not ABC exposed, bitch. Appleseeds. What the fuck? How the fuck you spell that shit, man? Oh, I can't. Well, I like chunky suit. Hopefully that shit ain't 3D printed meat either.
A former Campbell Soup Company employee is taking legal action against the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
Might be a lawsuit saying.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell products barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the in it. Even in a can of soup, I look at me, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally along.
I bet y'all. My damn phone had died. Yeah, ain't no telling what the fuck that meat did to people, man. Cause we all ate it when we was kids, depending on, what age you is. If you in your motherfucking late 30s, man, you grew up off some Campbell soup, man. It was promoted to us. Campbell soup was promoted to black people, to poor people, I would say. Underprivileged, because everybody not poor.
Company named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he...
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters, based in Camden, New Jersey. But thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant. Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the canned soup company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, like we treat you like family,
Ain't getting a job in that field again. You gotta worry about that one. He gonna get a couple of hours though.
Here at Campbell's, come work for us. We treat our employees like family. That's not the case.
We did just receive a statement from Campbell's. It says, quote, "If accurate, the comments in the recording are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company. We are actively investigating this matter." We've also reached out directly to Martin Bally. Erica Erickson, Local 4.
Man, they gonna say that shit was AI. What you talking about? AI, that ain't him. But Mike Epps was on the platform talking about a couple days ago, talking about celebrating people coming home. And I don't think that's what's going on, man. I don't think people are being celebrated for doing jail time. I think people are being celebrated because they are missed. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's the jail, army, it's about the fact that you've been away for all these years. I don't think it's about jail time, man. Look at y'all man Buster. Check y'all man Buster Rhymes out. That looks like a fucking African princess or something. Look like not African, an English princess. Yo, these rap guys are out of control, man. They're out of control, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know what got into them. I don't know what got into it. And they always black. That shit that be pissing me off. They always black. Yo. Like, why we don't see this from nobody else? There's a whole bunch of entertainers out here. You got white ones, Asian ones, Puerto Rican ones. why the fuck? Why they'll never come up with dresses or this shit? It's always the black ones, man. Wonder why. I don't know the fuck really going on. This is crazy. Yeah, you already know. All right, so Mike Epps is responding to the backlash he faced for saying that people coming home from prison shouldn't be celebrated.
What's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, man. I just want to
I like Mike Epps.
Get on here and clarify and clear a few things up. Number one, about the brothers coming home from prison being celebrated. I've always been a part of reform. I got brothers right now from my hometown that I'm trying to help come home. They've been in prison forever. I think you guys might have misunderstood what I was saying. I might have said it the wrong way, but what I was trying to say is we don't want to send kids mixed messages about coming home from prison, being celebrated, you know, feeling like you got to go to prison and do 30, 40 years to be celebrated. I think you guys misunderstood that, you know, misunderstood what I said. Wasn't saying that it was wrong to be celebrated, but we don't want to send a message to the kids saying prison is great, that you want to go home, go do 30 years and come home. You know, I don't think that's cool, so I'm sorry.
Mike Epps got that call for Mike Epps got that call from the prisons. I'm trying to tell you, that's what the fuck happened. Cause Mike Epps been locked up his goddamn self. He got that phone call like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I'm glad he did clarify because he's actually correct. And I think people looked at it in a way like, all right, so how Max B came home. How Max B came home and he was celebrated, and I think people looked at that and correlated that to what Mike Epps was saying. But the problem is, it's not about going to prison. It's people are getting celebrated because they missed. You feel me? You got a family member that been gone for 10, 15 years. You might throw a party for him when he come home. But it's not the fact that he went to jail. It's just the fact that you haven't seen him in so long. But at the same token, I can see how that can be misconstrued from kids not knowing what's being celebrated. They're not being celebrated because they did prison time and ain't snitched. No, you're not being celebrated for that. They just being celebrated because they fucking missed, man. They missed. Happy to be back to the family.
Or if anybody took it the wrong way and got offended.
And that doesn't happen often. You know, you don't get 3 celebrations if you keep going in and out of jail. No, that only happens once. You feel me? It only happens once, man. You go, you do some time, you come home, you might, you know, since people miss you, they might throw you a party. But you're not gonna keep getting locked up, coming home, getting locked up, coming home to a party, getting locked up. No, it don't go like that. No, hell no. I don't think nobody does that. That would be celebrating going to prison. You feel me? If people was being celebrated for going to prison, they would get celebrated every single time they go and come home. And that's not what's going on. You only get celebrated once for going from prison. Not because you're going to prison. It's because we miss you, man. We have you back to the family, man. Stay the fuck out of trouble, man. We need you here. Just to show you love, like, yo, you got people that, you know, you got people that care about you, man. Stop fucking up.
I love my brothers. I've been incarcerated myself. I understand what that is, but I might have said it the wrong way, but I mean well. And I love you, brothers. Free my brothers that's coming home. I told you got called from jail. Derek, free all the guys that's coming home, man. And about the food stamp thing. The food stamp thing was misunderstood too. What I was saying is that we need to break the cycle of being on food stamps. There's 3 generations.
Oh, come on now, Mike. You're going off the rails now. You're pushing stereotypes, brother.
of people that have been on food stamps. Of grandmother, mother, and daughter, that's crazy.
Now that is crazy. That is crazy. But we not gonna act like that's a black thing either. So when he's speaking, he should just, everybody should get off of food stamps. If that's that's your point, don't make it a black issue, because food stamps is not a black issue. It's not. It has never been. We just found out a couple days ago that the whole welfare queen lady was a white woman. She was a white woman.
We gotta do better. We can't think that we need assistance. There's some people out there that need assistance. That's well, fine, and understood. But there's people out there taking advantage of the system.
That is a. Well, it's me. I love talking about white people. What you talking about? I might talk about white people the rest of his life because of you. But look, most people on food stamps work. It's a very small percentage of people that's on food stamps or on some type of assistance that ain't working. Like I bet if they was to really do the numbers, if they was to crunch the numbers, right, you would see that the percentage of people that just live is a very small percentage of the people that's working every day and just need an extra, just need a little bit of help. See, but they don't even want to give you those type of numbers. Those numbers. If they give you those numbers, they wouldn't be able to push false narratives. It's certain things they don't even research. You know what I mean? Like, there's no statistical data on Hispanic crime. It's only black and white. You understand what I'm saying? There's no historical data on Asian crime. It's only black or white. Why? If you're gonna marginalize a particular group for statistical purposes, it is true. I looked it up. It's definitely true. Find it for me. Y'all don't be over here just talking, y'all. There you go. I guess if I had a suit on, motherfuckers would believe me. Hold up. Shit, I fucked it up. Percentages. Fuck if you talking about, bitch. Don't ever fucking question me. Hispanic crime percentage is not readily available. It's not readily available. Fuck y'all. I don't just be over this bitch talking, y'all. Yo, stop thinking. Yo, one of the worst mistakes you can think is I'll be over here just talking. Like, it's one of the worst mistakes you can think, yo, if you watch this channel. It just think I just be over this bitch talking. I don't just be over here talking, man. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not the other guys. I know what the fuck I'm talking about, man.
That's not good. So just want to apologize if I offended anybody. You know I love y'all, man. And
exactly.
Keep on doing the right thing. Peace. What's up?
Yo, but we can't be putting welfare and food stamps on black people. Mike. Can't be doing that, brother. I didn't watch the interview. For real, should have been having with Jim Jones any motherfucking way. Like, yo, Jim Jones don't need a platform. We don't need Jim Jones speaking on serious issues at all. Like, speak on gangbanging, man. Some shit he know about. You feel me? Like, we don't need Jim Jones speaking on anything involving the black community. Nothing at all. I just seen a video of Jim Jones out there giving out turkeys and shit. Hey, yo, but look, remember I told y'all this? Check this out. Remember I told y'all about them faceless pages? You don't know who running them? Check this shit out. Twitter rolls out a location feature. Was y'all aware of this?
I started dropping people's location last night to let you know where the account was based in and where it was started at. And some very nefarious but interesting things last night. Started with Department of Homeland Security. Homeland Security. Keyword on that. Account based in. Connected via. And obviously the internet immediately freaked out because they were like, what? Wait, hold on. Wait. Department of Homeland Security for the U.S. is based where? Yeah, talk about Professor Field there, right? Because as a team, they got together on their short bus signal group chat and decided this was the best response. Like it was a joke and people were just going to play it off. Again, the internet freaked the fuck out. No.
It's Instagram. A lot of these platforms, a lot of these faceless platforms, you don't know who running them. And they be pushing a lot of rhetoric. They push a lot of stereotypes. You got like platforms that all they post is Black death. That's what they post. Black people commit violence. But what if you find out that it's not a black person running this platform? You understand what I'm saying? What if you find out that this person is motherfucking Asian or Egyptian? That's what be going on the internet, man. That's why I don't leave real comments on faceless pages. I never leave my real thoughts and feelings on a faceless page, man, because I don't know who the fuck running this shit.
Oh, this isn't funny. We need answers. What the fuck's happening? So obviously they immediately call Elon. They're like, all right, hey, shut that shit off. The entire feature gets immediately paused, and people start to ask Grok, hey, what was up with that? They said, oh, that's a data glitch. Our bad. Move on. People are like, wait, hold on. Now it says this. And it's like, oh, okay, everything's right with the world. Department of Homeland Security, no worries. It's the United States. But obviously people on the internet
I'm never do it for the man.
No, you're not just going to be able to memory bank that. What the fuck was that? Again, they get in their short bus group chat, and they decide, hey, we can't believe we have to say this, but this account has only been operated and run from the United States. Screenshots are easy to forge. Videos are easy to manipulate. Thank you for your attention to this matter. AKA, yeah, you guys are faking it. Any video you see is fake. And remember what he said. As soon as they tell you to stop believing your eyes and ears, that means they taking the fuck over. What they didn't realize, is most old people don't, because they're not good at the internet, is everybody's going to screen record, even from their desktops. And so they showed, no, it's really based over there. And so okay, let me do some more scrolling just to show you I can then go back, reload the page, and since Elon hadn't changed it yet, no, we're dead ass. This is egregious, because guess where the Department of Homeland Security account is run from? Yeah, not in America. Obviously, people started to put two and two together, and they're like, wait, so if the Department of Homeland Security was created there, but they're in the United States, what other accounts are faking like they in the U.S.? And basically, the most rage-baiting, divisive accounts that you can imagine, that Native American Pride, Bangladesh, Ultra MAGA David, Christian Conservative, Romania. And it's just like, wait a second, godly nations. What do? Africa. And you start to realize, wait a second, so one, you've been arguing with people that aren't even fucking from here. And two, there's all these different bots accounts putting these bullshit narratives out there to make us Americans argue. Why? Sugar vibes. They're like, man, fuck it. We gotta keep them as enemies, because if they come together as one, we are fucks. It's happening, people. We're all starting to realize 1% versus 99, not left versus right. Because this shit right here is a great. I started dropping people's location last night to let you know.
Y'all been telling y'all that for the longest time. I've been telling y'all that shit for the longest time, man. Then you got Boston Richie. So Boston Richie gifted his ex-girlfriend $100,000 only for her to ghost him and fuck a Pooh Shiesty.
The worst hoe in the streets. I don't do that nigga.
Hey, that's a clown.
But what I don't like is when you be like, bitch, I ain't gonna lie, I'm single and all, and I'm up right now in my head, boy. A bitch don't play. Well, I'm so up here right now, I ain't gonna count. I'm like, y'all gotta excuse me when I'm finna act like, boy, I ain't gonna lie. My head is so right matter where. You love me, bitch, you ain't gonna play. Some of that. I'm gonna tell y'all real. Y'all hoes better stop playing. Y'all hoes better stop playing with bro. Bitch, I spent all this money on you, bitch. You better act right. Cause if you don't, you shine on, bitch. So I'm gonna make you feel everything I feel. I don't care how, bitch. Boy, catch me texting another bitch and you mad? Try to give it up right now. You can have it.
Damn. What the fuck? He gonna forever be taken advantage of, man. With that mentality, he's gonna forever be taken advantage of. Yeah, and that is a dangerous game that she played with y'all. Ran off with 100,000. You know, she could lose her life for that shit. It is though, shawty.
Hey, listen. Boy, listen to me. Boy, listen. I took my hat to myself. Cause I'm telling you, bitch, when I'm up about you, bitch. The way I give it this shit, the way I get this shit up, boy. I'm talking about, listen. To my mama be mad at me if she figure out the way I get this shit up.
You just send a girl at him.
I'm hurt.
Shit. I might need to send a girl his way. You heard me? Straight up, we trying to get paid. Hold on. Man, inbox Boston, Richie. See what's up. Y'all here just dropping bags anonymously. You know what I mean? Vigorously dropping bags. Straight up. Man, see what's up with you, man. Get us right, man. But y'all, I gotta call my peoples back, man. I gotta call my grandfather, talk happy birthday, man. Y'all appreciate everybody that tapped in. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share it live. It's another day of QG News, and I'm out.